everybody, my name is buzzycombs and welcome to Sunlit Valley, a new SMP where myself and a few friends will be building some amazing farms in a Stardew Valley inspired Minecraft world. Now, to get things started, we all gathered around and collected our custom farmer's hacks. Then we all adventured off together to explore the world for the first time. And I may have witnessed a murder. And while we were off exploring, we actually ended up finding tons of awesome new loot.
Oh my!
I'm not sure if a mustache quite suits you. And near the end of our journey, I also managed to tame a Shiba. I got a Shiba! And the little guy does need a name, so if you have any suggestions as to what I should call him, please let me know in the comments down below. Alrighty, so I have officially decided on where I'm going to live, and it is going to be up here in this cozy little meadow, and then if needed, I can expand off that way, or even down here, which I think would be really fun and very cute. Now, the only thing I have to my name right now are some diamonds, potatoes, wood, and all that shebang, but I don't even have a single tool. So first things first, I'm going to go on ahead and start chopping down a couple of trees, which takes a little bit more than just a single punch of wood, because this mod pack has a little bit of a complex tree chopping mechanic, and it is really stinking cool. So now I'm going to craft my first axe so I can more adequately chop down my trees, and I'm just going to gather a smidge more wood. Alrighty, and now that I've got a decent amount of wood, I think the next thing I'm going to do is craft myself a pickaxe. And with this pickaxe, I'm gonna go and see if I can find a cave. And this little crevice down here looks perfect. Oh, I can't make a stone pickaxe! What? It looks like in order to make a stone pickaxe, we need ourselves a smithing table. So, to make a smithing table, we just need 2 copper coins and some plates. That should be easy enough, so let me go on ahead and do that real quick. So now that I have a smithing table, in order to make a stone pickaxe, I just need a brass coin, a piece of cobblestone, and my wooden pickaxe. And huzzah! I have a stone pickaxe, which means I can actually get to some proper mining. While I could mine for a little bit longer, I think I'm actually going to head back up because I am getting a little bit short on food and I would much rather not starve to death today. So now I'm going to make myself a furnace, and in this furnace I'm going to smelt my 3 iron, and now I'm going to smelt my copper. And while that's going to business, I'm going to make myself a bucket, and I'd also like to make myself a shipping bin, which just needs a chest and a trap door. And I'm going to set this right here, and essentially what the shipping bin does is it lets me sell stuff. So for example, all these geodes I found in the mines, I can put them in here, and by morning the next day, they should be sold and replaced with coins. Alright, and now that I have my copper ingots, I am going to fetch myself a scoop of ocean water, and with these materials, I'm going to make myself a watering can. And with a watering can, I can water my crops and get started on farming. So looking at this, it looks like my strawberries are in fact in season, as well as my potatoes. So those are going to be the first crops I farm. So now I'm going to make myself a wooden hoe, and then I'm going to upgrade it into stone. And I think I'm just going to clear out a little spot right over here. And in this patch over here, I'm going to plant my potatoes. Oh, why can't I plant my potatoes? I can plant my strawberries. Do I have anything else that's in season? I have lettuce. Okay, so I guess this is going to be my sad little farm for now. And I'm just going to water all of my crops like so. And I guess now that we've got our little crop field started, it's time to get to work on building myself a home. Now, for my home, I want a variety of different woods. And for one, I need to get myself a sniffer, which is kind of crazy so early on, but a girl needs what a girl needs. So in order to get a sniffer, I am going to get myself a little bit of copper, and I also need a feather, which means I need myself a weapon. So now that I have my sword, I'm gonna go hunt down some chickens. And with morning upon us, let me quickly water my crops and also check my shipping bin. And I've got myself some brass coins, which is awesome. Anyways, now I'm going to go on ahead and craft myself 2 brushes. And now I'm going to go off and find Squid because she needs the exact same type of wood I'm looking for. Hi, Squid. So I crafted a brush for both of us.
Ooh, okay, perfect.
I've also got some spare copper in case we need to craft some new ones. And I guess let's craft our boats and sail off into the sea. The first stop we made today was not at a drowned city, but instead at some sunken treasure. A fishing rod with look of the sea! Once we happily looted our treasure, we luckily stumbled across a drowned city, only to realize that we were at the wrong one.
I forgot. So these sniffers, they spawn in warm oceans.
Oh. So, after a narrow escape from some drowns with tridents, we sailed away to continue our search. And while we didn't find a warm ocean straight away, we did manage to find some rosewood, which I need for my build, so we gathered a good handful of logs and saplings. After that, we found several more structures to plunder until finally we encountered a warm ocean, with precisely what we were looking for. Oh, there's a drown! That's a good sign!
Okay.
I hear giant-
Oh!
Oh gosh. Oh, I'm gonna die! Oh, are you dead? Ah! Oh, I'm dead too. And when I respawned, I didn't actually spawn at my home, but instead at one of the structures I had looted earlier. But that actually showed in my favor because I managed to find an iron sprinkler. I found a free sprinkler! Oh!
Ooh!
Oh my gosh, wait. I'm going to yoink this. And the reason I got so excited is because sprinklers are kind of rare and very valuable for growing your crops a lot easier. And so once we emptied our inventories and regrouped, we went off to find the sunken city again. Except we first got distracted by some buried treasure. Can you tell where the treasure is?
Right here?
I think so. Yep.
Oh!
And once we looted this treasure, we went back to the sunken city in hopes to find ourselves a sniffer egg. And after uncovering lots and lots of suspicious sand, there unfortunately were absolutely 0 sniffer eggs. And even worse, when we went off to find more ruins, the warm ocean ended very quickly. So Squid and I split up to divide and conquer in hopes to find a new warm ocean to explore, which took much longer than either of us could have ever imagined. Over the course of several hours, we explored thousands of blocks to no avail, gathering several new wood types and looting plenty of structures until finally, after ages of searching, I finally found a warm ocean. And even better, it had a massive sunken city. Unfortunately though, in my attempts to plunder the city, I did in fact encounter a trident dude, and he killed me. Oh! Which put me in debt. Great! After I eliminated him, however, I went straight to my hunt for a sniffer egg, hoping that maybe this city will actually have what I'm looking for.
Yes! Yes!
Oh
my goodness!
yes!
We can go home! We can go home!
Oh my gosh! I can't believe we finally have it!
Yeah.
And now that we finally have our sniffer egg, it is time to head back home. And I decided to use the potion of recall I looted during my adventures to teleport back. No respawn point found! No!
Uh-oh.
Dang it, looks like I'm traveling back by foot. All was not lost, however, as I did manage to gain myself a horse to speed up the journey home. And, by the way, this fella needs a name too. And I even found an unlooted structure with some pretty good loot, including this Efficiency 3 stone shovel, which might not sound good, but it's actually awesome. And after a long, arduous journey across a whopping 10,000 blocks, I'm finally back home. Hello!
Buzzy!
My friend!
Oh my goodness!
I finally returned!
Woo!
Oh my gosh! Now, just because I'm home doesn't mean we're done quite yet, because now we need to decide on a place for the sniffer to live. And this giant hill in the middle of the fields actually looks like the perfect place to possibly set up some sort of communal area, so that is where the little guy is going to live. And so we found a cute little crevice for the sniffer to live in, and so we're gonna set him down right here to get the hatching process started. Now, while we're waiting for him to hatch, we're going to go on ahead and fence in this area with some dark oak fences. And now we're going to do a smidge of terraforming. And then, little by little, our sniffer began to hatch.
Cracked door.
Oh my gosh, it's getting so close! Okay, I'm not looking away. I don't want to miss this. My first ever sniffer hatching. Ah! It's here!
There it is!
Hi!
Hello!
Oh my gosh, how long is 2,300 seconds? 40 minutes.
What?
So I guess let's use this 40 minutes to prepare a sniffer collection system. And so to prepare this sniffer collection system, we carved out a cute little stairway into the mountainside. Then we looped it back around and dug out an even wider space directly underneath the sniffer enclosure. Once the little underlayer was cleared out, we started placing down some rails, which was very expensive, and I am now poor. Then we decided to be cheap and use some levers to power the rails. Only to realize that it doesn't work. Like, at all. We have a problem, Squid.
Oh.
The levers, they're not strong enough.
Uh-oh.
So, knowing that I only have 5 redstone left and Squid has also completely run out, I went off to visit my neighbor, Emily, to see if maybe she has some to spare. Hey, Emily.
Oh, yes?
You don't happen to have any redstone, do you?
I have a little bit. How much do you need?
That is a great question.
I have 25 redstone dust, which I don't think I'm going to use anytime soon.
Could I please have some?
You can have all of it.
Oh, thank you so much.
I have
you
a question
are
for you, though.
Yes.
Do you have any string? I just need one piece.
One moment, please. I'm going to go retrieve them from my chest. I have plenty of string.
Oh, yay.
And after Emily saved our lives with her generous donation of redstone, Squid and I got back to work on lighting up these rails. And once we finished up the rails, Squid added the final touches, so now it's time for us to see if it works. Yes!
Okay. Perfect.
Oh, thank goodness. And now we can finally wait and see if he'll actually kick one up.
Yeah.
And I ended up waiting a lot less time than I expected for him to kick up his first plant. Oh!
He's sniffing?
He's sniffing. Oh my gosh, I gotta figure out what he got. Squid?
Yeah.
We got it.
Really?
We got it.
First try?
First try. But the fertile season is winter.
Okay, that's fine because we have a snow biome nearby, so.
True. And so we went off to our local snowy biome to test to see if we could plant and bone meal these trees.
Oh my goodness. Drop it.
Yes. Oh my gosh, please drop saplings. Saplings! Okay, we've got 4 saplings, 2 for each of us.
Yay!
And once we had secured our saplings, we got to work on plugging as much ashen wood as we possibly could. Alright, and now that I have all this ashen wood, I'm actually going to plant some cherry saplings because I'm going to need quite a bit of cherry wood for my house. And while those cherry saplings are growing, I'm also going to terraform the land a little bit. And of course, chop down the occasional tree as they grow. Alright, my area is now flattened pretty nicely, and I also have more than enough cherry wood for what I would like to build. However, I am not quite finished gathering materials because one of the materials I would really like to use for my build would be black silk shingles. And in order to get black silk shingles, I need silk shingles. And in order to get silk shingles, I need packed silk, which needs wheat and silk. And to get silk, I need sand and clay, which is really expensive, and I don't even know how I'm gonna get that wheat, but I'm sure we'll work through that. So now I'm going to venture out into the world, find myself a swamp, and I'm just going to gather a bunch of clay from here, and then I'm also going to gather some sand from the desert. Alright, now that I have all the sand and clay, I'm going to throw it into the crafting table and get myself a couple stacks of silt. And I think this many stacks should do for now, so I'm going to tuck the leftovers in this chest here, and now I just need to get myself some packed silk, which needs wheat. Now, if we look at my wheat seeds over here, we will see that they are only fertile in summer and autumn, which is a bit of a complication. I did, however, do a little bit of extra research, and apparently in savannas, they grow in all seasons. So, what I'm going to do is scour my chest for any more wheat seeds, because I'm sure I have more somewhere. And it looks like I've got 20. So now what I'm going to do is hop on my horse and go scout out a savanna to get a little bit of farming done. Oh, and I cannot forget, I do need to bring a watering can with me, as well as a hoe. All right, and now that I am at the savannah, I'm going to picket my horse right here, till a little bit of land, plant all of my wheat seeds, and for the next several days, I'm going to tend to my crops until I have enough to craft my shingles. Or so I thought, because I messed up big time on my first harvest. Why aren't there any seeds? So, turns out, you shouldn't destroy your crops when you're harvesting. You're supposed to right-click them. Because if you destroy your crops, you don't get their seeds. And here, you can see me desperately destroying grass in hopes that it'll drop some. And guess what? It doesn't. Now, luckily for me, Aurelia was very, very generous and donated me all of her wheat seeds. I also went off into the wilderness and collected tons more from the wild because apparently tall ferns drop seeds. And once I finally recovered my field, I once again sat around and waited for grass to grow. And I also came to the dog. Yes! I got him. And while I was waiting for the wheat to grow, I got a little bit bored and did some mild adventuring out into the nearby desert. And I found a really cool structure. Ooh! I got an unbreaking 2 and fishing seed 2 iron pickaxe. Don't mind if I do. And another one. What is that? That looks like nightmare fuel. Yikes! And now with one final harvest, I think I finally have enough wheat to build my roof and maybe a little spare. But honestly, with how long this took, I think it's better to be safe than sorry. Anyways, now that I'm finished, I'm going to yoink my dog and we are going to begin the trip back home. Sailing home with my dog in my arms because yes. Uh-oh. All right, and now that I am finally home, I'm going to grab all of my silt and finally turn it into packed silt. Now, the next thing I need to do is turn all of these into silt shingles. And now the final thing I must accomplish is getting some black dye. And luckily, one of the ways to get black dye is actually through charcoal. So I'm going to gather up a couple stacks of oak logs, as well as some fire logs. And I'm going to get to smelting these fire logs into charcoal blocks because it's a very fast way to get charcoal. And now I have a bunch of blocks of charcoal, which I'm going to turn into a bunch of charcoal, which in turn I'm going to transform into 2 stacks of black dye. And now I'm going to put all of these silt shingles into the crafting table, and I'm going to dye them all black. And now I have all the supplies I need to build my house, so let's go on ahead and get started. So for my home, I began by building up some cherry pillars, then I began filling in the floor with these pinkish maroon Murado planks. Next, I stripped down the cherry pillars and began filling the space between them with some vertical ashen planks. And once I was finished with the walls on the first floor, I began adding the lower half of my black shingled roof, before moving on and building the second floor walls out of vertical cherry planks. I then filled in the rest of the shingled roof and got to adding some of these very pretty looking windows. And as a final touch, I added some cute window shingles with framed blocks and some stripped rosewood. And this here is my home. I tried to go for a bit of a farmhouse aesthetic, and I think I hit the nail on the head. Anyways though, if we step on inside, you will see quite the spacious interior. And if we head upstairs, I also have quite the spacious interior up here. And I'm thinking I'm going to put my bedroom up here, but I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to decorate the space. So if you guys have any suggestions on how I should decorate my home, please let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, so that is all for the first episode on the Sunlit Valley SMP. Next time, I'm going to get to doing a little bit more farming. But if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to let me know by leaving a like and subscribe. And without further ado, thank you all so much for watching, and I guess I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!